Hey you all, it's Akivia, aka Key, the Credit Mommy, Pricey.Mami, whatever you want to call me. Today I'm introducing myself because this will be my first YouTube video, and I'm excited to share a lot of my experiences with you all. It definitely is going to be interesting. Y'all definitely going to love it. But first, I do want to make sure you all like and subscribe and comment, because it's going to get real deep, real personal. And y'all gonna have a good time with my, let's say my TED Talk, or my TED Talk, or whatever, I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out together. Anyway, I wanna disclose that I am from the DMV area, you know what I'm saying? Really, I'm really from Maryland, but I am from the DMV because I rep it, because I be everywhere, I be outside, okay, period. Anyway, I'm gonna disclose all the surgeries that I've had done. Anyway, the first surgery that I had done was my Lipo 360. Then I also had gotten my teeth done. So I had my veneers, not the big teeth, okay? Then I got my LASIK. Actually, I got my LASIK before my teeth. So let's back up. The first surgery I had was my lipo. Then I got my LASIK eye surgery. I ended up getting my teeth done. And then I ended up getting my nose job. And so throughout all of these different surgeries, I have traveled. I've traveled for all my surgeries. I didn't get none of my surgeries here where I live. I got them done. I got one of my surgeries done. Well, I'll just tell y'all. I don't care. I'll drop the gem real quick. I got my body done in Miami. I got my LASIK. Actually, I lied. I got my LASIK home. I'm sorry. I did get my LASIK eye surgery done in Virginia. I got my teeth done in Cali, Columbia. Not like when I told people Columbia, they were talking about Columbia, Maryland here. No, I went out the country. Cali, Columbia. And then I got my nose job done in Turkey. Istanbul, however y'all want to call it. I got my nose done there. So if you follow me, you'll be able to track and see all of the places I visited prior. You'll be able to go to my highlights. You'll see all my transitions. You'll be able to like pretty much see where it all started and really kind of like document everything that I'm actually saying. So I don't have, a track record of everything that I did, because I didn't want to put that all on my page. I wanted to save it for my YouTube video. I've been wanting to do the YouTube video. It's just now I've decided to fully, I finally been able to do it. I finally been able to tap into my deeper self, what I want to do, how I want to do it. And I'm just hoping that, it ends up being not only useful for me to, be able to share my experience, but useful to you all. A lot of women want to get their body done. A lot of women want to enhance their beauty. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't let anybody tell you anything differently. Love yourself. And just because you're getting enhancements, it doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. We all have our own insecurities, you know what I'm saying? Like, to somebody you could be a 10, but to yourself you could be a 7, you could be a 6. So at the end of the day, you gotta be confident in your own skin, and you can't care what somebody else think of you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're most confident. How you feel about yourself is how you treat others, how you wake up in the morning, the type of character that you have overall. So when you feel beautiful, you act beautiful. If you feel ugly, you're gonna be ugly. So I just wanted to do that simple introduction. Obviously, that was the intro to that. I'm not sure if you all are gonna have questions, but if you do have any questions, again, you can always subscribe, you can comment, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Pricey.Mami. I will put all that in the description below for you all to be able to reach out to me. So let's elaborate on the Lipo 360. Because I did in this show, I just told y'all what I got, but I'm supposed to elaborate because it's the first YouTube video for my first surgery. So my first, like I said, my first surgery was Lipo 360. The reason why I got the Lipo 360 was because I had got big during COVID. I'm still getting big during COVID, but that's another discussion. But that's originally why I got the surgery done. 2, I did a lot of research on the doctor that I'm going to disclose in the next couple of minutes or whatever. I'm going to talk about him. I did go to Miami or I guess you can say, yeah, it's Miami, Florida. I went to 305 plastic surgery. The price at the time was $2,800. So I got a full lipo for $2,800. My flight was probably $300 and some change, because y'all know when COVID first hit, all the prices was really, really low. I had to pay for my fahas. My fahas would probably cost me the most. I didn't have a nurse. So at the time, I was married. I had an ex-husband. I'm not married anymore, clearly. But my ex-husband went with me when I got my lipo. So he was like my nurse. We're not even going to talk about the nursing with him, but I should have hired one. Let's just be real. You definitely want to hire somebody who knows what they're doing, and they might not assume what they're doing, okay? So anyway, that's how that went. I stayed in Miami for like 7 days. It's really called, like, I think it's called it's called like Aventura, Florida, or something like that. But still, I still went to Florida. Like, they advertise it as Miami doctors. Then when you finally get into it, you end up finding out it's like whatever. I stayed at the hotel. This hotel, I can't remember the name of the hotel, but if I figure it out and if I go back in my emails and stuff, I'll be able to disclose that in the description. The hotel was like 30 to 40 minutes away, so I was blown about that, because when you first get down there, well, let me talk about how everything works. So I literally booked it in February, but I booked it in like, my surgery was in 2 weeks of me booking. So mind you, I had to go and get all my lab results. They're going to ask you to get your lab results. They just want to make sure there's nothing that can hinder the overall surgery process and stuff. So they're going to ask you to get your blood work done. They're going to want to know your BMI. BMI is short for body mass index, right? Yeah. So they want to know all that just to make sure that, you know, they can actually, you know, do a procedure on you. Once they did that, I sent all my lab results to my doctor, my doctor's assistant. What assistant? Because you're going to deal with the assistants first before you ever talk to the doctor. I don't even think you're going to talk to the doctor. I don't think you talk to the doctor until you actually get to the facility to actually have your procedure done. So I spoke with all the, I want to say the assistants, and they pretty much was like, okay, well, the doctor has went over your information. He said you're good to go. And so we will see you in 2 weeks. I put down $250 as my deposit when I first got my body done. Well, not when I first got my body done, but when I first inquired about getting my body done, they require you to put a deposit down. I think anywhere between $250 and $500. I could be lying though. It was between $250 or $500. Regardless of the situation, I put a deposit down, and that was to secure my date, because that was the only day he had in February for me to come. I think I got my surgery done February 18th or 17th. It's so long ago, but I got my surgery done February 17th, 18th. The reason why I got it done in February was because I wanted to be able to wear my faja. I wanted to dress warm anyway. I knew I wouldn't have to show my body, so I didn't want to get my surgery done the times where it's time to show out. You don't want to be hot in a faja, sweating, or can't really wear a dress, because you really supposed to be kind of like trying to keep, you know, contour your body. So, you know, I decided to go in February, booked my hotel, booked my flight. I was on my way down there. I did have some complications, but nothing too crazy. They did tell me that I had to get a blood transfusion. I did not get a blood transfusion, but the thing was with the whole surgery, my side effects was like really crazy, you know. So when I was down there, I would say I was like depressed, because I was actually bigger than what I was when I got there after the surgery. So obviously that's due to swelling, but if you've never had no surgery done or anything, you're gonna assume like somebody messed you up. You're just gonna assume the worst. So when I was in like looking at my body, I was seeing that, okay, I got this surgery, but I'm big as a house. Like, what did my doctor really do for me? You know what I'm saying? Then I was having like really, really bad headaches. I was really, really cold. I was shivering my ass off. Like, I remember like it was yesterday. Like, I was like, God, I don't feel like I was gonna make it. I had very, very bad heart palpitations. I don't know if it was because of the medicine they give you. Like you get like an antibiotic, a couple of them, and then you get pain medicine. So I don't know. My doctor prescribed me tramadol, and he also prescribed me something else to help with the the healing and to make sure I didn't get like no infections or anything would happen. But during that time, I don't know if the medicine played a role in having those major crazy side effects. I couldn't even stand up straight with my surgery. I'm really a drama queen. So honestly, I was like just hurting all over. So somebody asked me today, what's your pain level, or how would you describe your experience? I would literally tell them a 10. Like I cried every day of my surgery. But that's not to discourage anybody, because at the end of the day, I have friends who got their body done and they took it like a G. So, it was just an uncomfortable feeling. Your body feels like pins and needles. You're numb for a while. So it's like, it's just so uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a situation where it hurts. It's just uncomfortable. Like, that something's not normal. You know that when you're trying to move left and move right, you're stiff as hell. You can't even really move. Your body's kind of like numb, so you really don't feel anything. When I was down there, I did hire me a specific, I wouldn't say she was a doctor or a nurse, but I hired me a masseuse. Yeah, a masseuse. I hired a masseuse to kind of it's called lymphatic drainage massages. So what they do is they kind of flush out your lymph nodes to make sure your body is not going to have any type of infections. So they start off by working their way under here, under your underarms. I could stand up, but I don't feel like I'm lazy. And then they kind of go get all the inflammation out your back, and it comes out depending on where your holes are. So there's drainage holes for that specific fluid to be drained out of. So I had a couple of holes in my body to kind of get that fluid outside of me. It's recommended that you get 9 massages. When I got my 9 massages, I got them down there. But when I came home, I actually did, because I was only down there for 7 days. So I think after day 2, I ended up getting my massages every day. And when I got home, I was scheduling massages Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So 3 days out the week for a whole month. They say the recommended massages are 20 massages. But I kept going for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So I got my, it's recommended that you do that. Overall, I had to go to the hospital when I was out there because I said I was having heart palpitations, or however you say it. I don't know. Is that how you say it? Okay. Yeah, whatever. Palpitations. Whatever the word is. I don't know, but heart complications. But it's something called heart.
Oh, the fluttering.
Like the fluttering of the heart. It's called heart palpitations.
I can't say these
Yeah.
phrases.
So I don't know. Either way, though, I had to be rushed to the hospital. They were saying I need to have a blood transfusion. The day that I went, though, was literally. Yeah, I'm talking to my friends just so y'all know I'm not crazy. I don't know if you move your head again. Maybe they can see you in the shadow. Move your head again, Nikki. Oh yeah, she's moving. Okay, she see her. Yeah, so I'm not talking to myself. I'm not crazy. I'm just looking over there, because she's assisting me with my video. But I had to be rushed to the hospital, whatever. I stayed there. They was like, okay, we're going to give you a blood transfusion. I would not take the blood transfusion. I refused it. And I'm not going to lie, with my paperwork, they pretty much were saying, we have released her, and pretty much her death is at will. Literally, that's what my paperwork said. If, something happened to her, it was on her because she decided that she didn't want us to give her the blood transfusion. But I wanted to come home. At this point, I was having a panic attack. I felt like, excuse me. So with that happening or whatever, I didn't get a blood transfusion. I just was text my mom, call my dad. They was crying and shit. You know how that be. They're like, oh my gosh, you have us worried. They was crying and stuff. Sorry. I hate to keep messing with this bra, but it's kind of getting on my nerves. But they were crying and sad because they was please don't talk like that. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't think a girl was gonna make it. I thought I was gonna die. because of the things that I was going through. I never felt my body go through that many different changes, you know. So I got on a plane. They was like pretty much, you know, your blood levels go down a little bit lower or something like that when you're up in the air. Like your oxygen intake is not the same. All these different things. So it's like, so, you know, being as though you need a blood transfusion, you're low on blood, anything can happen in the air, and we just want to make sure you're aware of it. But I told them, like, being real with you, if God want me to go, he gonna let me go. That was my mind state. So I was like, whatever. But I made it home, you know, I'm here today. Look at me, doing my YouTube channel, looking better, feeling better. Woo, woo. Alright, so got home. Had the same thing, same symptoms, headaches. Didn't want to do anything. I did feel a little bit more comfortable wearing my faja. I'm gonna tell y'all that. Like once you, so when you first wear your faja, you're very uncomfortable. Like it's annoying. But then because you become so used to wearing your faja, having it off makes your body ache. So it makes you feel like, okay, let me get back in this faja because I don't belong outside the faja because it feels so different. I will tell y'all this. I did not wear my faja for 6 months. I think I tossed my faja after 2 months, if that. I would say don't ever do that. I would never do that again. But my body was snatched, like for where I wanted it and for how the results that I got. I was like, shit, I don't need no faja, but it crept up on me. It's crept up. So I got some other measures I'm going to take maybe to get me back on track, but we'll talk about it another time. But other than that, I mean, like I said, the overall experience was great. My doctor, I never disclosed my doctor. I don't think, did I disclose him? So my doctor name is Ernest DiGeronimo. I will disclose all his information, contact information, where he works and everything. I will disclose that in the description. He was a very, very, very nice doctor. Showed me that he was gonna take care of me, asked me what I was looking to get done, like as far as like my love handles. Like I have like my results. Like as far as my results, he was asking me like, what is it that I'm looking for? And he like grabs you by your stomach, so you're fat. He grabbed it, kind of hurt, cause like you grab all my fat. What are you doing? But he just snatched you right then and there. You be like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. So he like grabbed, like, I can get up. He like grabbed my fat. I have a little bit of fat, but he grabbed it, and like when he grabbed it, he like sucked it in. Like as you can see, you see my hips protruding. He did all that, whatever. And I saw like, okay, I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Mind you, they charge you to get like if you want hip dips, if that's what they call them, he will charge you extra fee. But I told him, I said, listen, let me just see how my body looks. So I naturally got my hip dips. If you naturally have that figure, it's easy to get your body like that. So luckily I didn't have to pay for it. I ended up getting my hips. They were just like this. They were Coke bottle, like literally. But other than that, like he was really, 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 really great. He was really, really nice. His staff was amazing. They were really, really nice. The place is actually very, very beautiful. I think it's called, the actual place is called Advanced Plastic Surgery or something like that. So like you'll go through 305, but then you'll realize like, okay, when you go through him, he has like his own practice at a different location. So you go through him to get booked. You go through 305 surgery to get booked with him. But then when you go through him, you will learn a lot of information like, okay, so the practice is really not at 305 plastic surgery. It's at like advanced plastic surgery or whatever it is. I can confirm that by looking, you know, at my emails and stuff. Cause like I said, this procedure happened like 2 years ago. Anyway, that was overall really, really good. Came back home, dealt with the things that I dealt with as far as the symptoms and whatnot, but I wasn't really tripping about it. After a while, my body just started forming. So I was really big at first, but I just started getting smaller. A lot of that deals with, some people can eat. Me personally, I wasn't trying to eat. I didn't want to be bothered. So I think I started like losing a lot of that weight, and it was just kind of like forming into how I needed to be. I think I dropped down to like 126 at one point. Now I'm like 142. So that's a huge difference. But even when I got back home, I started picking up my weight. I think my weight was around 132, 136. And then like overall, like as you know, as your body starts getting normal or changing and adapting to what it's like normally used to. It could be, it can come together. You said what? My height? So my height is 5'2". I'm 5'2". I love it. I'm short, sweet, and I'm pretty petite. Okay. That's that. And what else? What else should I discuss that I didn't talk about?
Tell them how you actually decided to go ahead and get the surgery and why you chose that specific doctor.
So I chose my specific doctor because not only did he deliver the desired results I was looking for, but he was actually very reasonable in price. Like, I'm one of those people where I'ma pay, but if the results can get me what I want for less, I'ma just go with that to save money. And on top of that, I never felt like I couldn't go with him. I searched him when I was looking at his reviews. I saw different reviews, mixed reviews. You always gonna have that with any doctor. You're gonna have that with anybody. Every company can't please you the way you wanna be, pleased. So I didn't care about the results. I have, throughout all my surgeries, trust me, I have booked with different doctors. Not this one, but just different surgeries that I've had. I've booked like a doctor and I'll be like, oh hell no, I just did all my research. Give me my money back. So, and I'll talk about that. I'll talk about those encounterments. I think I had 2 doctors with different procedures and I got my money back because I didn't feel comfortable. I saw all the researchers, they were literally, it was more bad than good. I'm the type of person, I'm just going to look at your reviews, and if you have more good than bad, then I'm going to still go with you. So don't let people telling you, oh, he has bad reviews or she has bad reviews, stop you from getting your surgeries, because if that's the case, you're never going to want to get a surgery. You're never going to want to get your surgery done because you're never going to find a perfect doctor. It's just unrealistic. But outside of that, that's the reason why I went with that doctor. Again, Dr. Ernest DiGeronimo with 305 plastic surgery. Would you like to?
So your travel back to DC from Miami, like how was that? Did you need to have, any specific items on the plane to make you feel comfortable? How was the elevation? Like,
so I think it's a lot different for people who get BBLs and Lipo 360. BBLs, you have to have your BBL pillow. You can't sit on your butt. You gotta literally, you gotta live, you really gotta do things that you've never done before. You gotta be crunched over. I didn't have all that. I literally had lipo, so I didn't have to have a BBL pillow with me. I didn't have to have any of those things. I would just say being on that flight was uncomfortable, but I was cool because I think to get to Miami is like a 2.5 hour flight. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really care while I was on the plane, though. It's so crazy. When I got on the plane, I immediately felt a lot better. I think it was in my head, it was a mental thing. I think I was just homesick and wanted to come home. I was missing my family and I just wanted to be home. I was just irritated because I was locked up in my hotel room. I didn't go anywhere. I think I probably tried to walk on the strip, but I immediately felt uncomfortable because I was walking around with a faja on and I was walking like this. So people probably looking at me like, what's wrong with her? So I was irritated. I just didn't feel like I belonged there, So when I finally got home, it was crazy because my body felt 100% better. My heart palpitations, they weren't even going on anymore. I didn't experience that at all. So it was a mind thing, and I think because I felt okay, I want to go back home. That was being in Miami or being in Florida is what kind of made me get those extra symptoms. But I feel when I came back home, I didn't have those symptoms.
Okay, so with the heart fluttering and the blood transfusion, did you do anything different or can you tell them what you did different to get your blood levels to where you needed them to be?
Yeah, so I drank a lot of pineapple juice. Pineapple juice helps with inflammation, so it really helps clean your body out. I had that. I also had Arnica pills that I was taking and Arnica ointment. Arnica is used to kind of help with the bruising, the swelling, and the pain. So I was rubbing that on my stomach and my back every day no matter what. I also was using, what else did I do? I prefer to lay on my stomach. I was just half asleep anyway, so some people would prefer to lay on their back. You can lay anyway. Oh yeah, so I also had to boost my blood back up. I really did. I had to use blood builders. I still have the bottle till today. I use a lot of blood building to get my blood up. Okay, yeah, and I'll put that description below too for the blood builders that I use. I'm an Amazon fanatic, so a lot of my stuff comes from Amazon. It don't matter what it is. Like flavored packets to put in my water. I was very, very, very dehydrated. So you want to make sure that during this process, you're very hydrated. Well, I said process, during this procedure or after your procedure, you really want to make sure you're hydrated, because if you're dehydrated, it causes you to have these headaches. It just causes you to have all these other symptoms that you don't have to have. But these specific hydration packages or whatever, this specific one allows you to literally get hydrated in like 2 days. You know, like if you drink a regular water, regular water doesn't have electrolytes. So what you need to drink is a water that does have electrolytes. So I was drinking Body Armor. I was drinking water with electrolytes. So I was drinking like Essential, right? Okay. I was drinking Essential. I was drinking Life's or Smart. No, it was Smart Water. Smart Water. It was something like that. I was drinking different water with electrolytes, and I drank a lot of Gatorade as well. But eventually, I ended up drinking something called. It's like something called. I can't remember. I will know it if I type it in on Google or something. But I ordered like packets of that, and I immediately felt some relief with my dehydration. I felt very, very hydrated. I got my energy. I also was taking I paid for this Lymphatic massage drainage droplets. So I was pouring that into my water 3 times a day. Sorry. And that helped too. So what it was doing was flushing my lymph nodes. It was draining out a lot of my lymph nodes and stuff. And I was able to feel better with that. So I definitely had a lot of vitamins that I was taking. I was, like I said, I was getting my lymphatic massages all the time for a while, for like a month. And also, you want to get a lot of rest if you can. They say you want to walk around so you don't want to get no blood clots in your legs and stuff like that on your feet. That's cool, but I just wanted to rest. So I was doing some walking. I would say I got more rest than walking. I walked a lot. I mean, I rested a lot more than I walked. You also beet powder. Beet powder is very good too. It tastes like dirt. I'm telling you, it's so nasty. But the beet powder helps build your blood. It helps build your blood back up as well. Anything else you want me to ask? Answer.
Your overall experience with the 360.
So my overall experience with the 360, at first I said I would never do it again, but I would. Now, whatever come with it, it's gonna come with it. I prefer to be able to work out first. I prefer to be able to eat first, because I don't like the pain that I experience going through that. And they also say, like, once you have your body worked on the first time, because you get a lot more scar tissue, you do endure more pain. So I'm not really trying to go through that again, that whole process. But like I said, if I'm not motivated to get into my gym and I'm not motivated to eat healthy, I will go under the knife. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But I guess that's pretty much it. You know, if you all have any questions, you want to know like anything else about this procedure, then I don't have a problem with giving you all the information that's needed that's it. So for tuning into my channel and comment below. Peace.
I ain't tryna wait.